Hi, thank you for taking the time out to check out this module of the Steelweek webinar. I'm Suresh Jacob with Nucor Vulcraft. And we here at Vulcraft are very pleased to join CISC and CSSBI in celebrating the 2021 Steelweek. To start off, let me introduce Nucor Vulcraft. Vulcraft is one of the oldest divisions of Nucor, and as probably most of you know, Nucor is the largest steel and steel products manufacturer in North America. They're listed on New York Stock Exchange and is a Fortune 500 company. We have about 30,000 teammates spread across North America, and in Canada, about 3,000 Nucor employees work here. Now this module is meant to get you familiar with our engineering and design manuals, also with our online tools and technical resources available on our website that you can use in your steel construction design. In particular, we're going to focus on the steel deck. In addition to the tools and information available from the Vulcraft site, I'd also like to share the CSSBI publication and information available for download on the CSSBI website. Steel deck is rolled by cold forming structural grade sheet steel into parallel ribs. In construction, a steel deck is normally attached to the top of the structural building frame. And after construction, steel deck serves several purposes. One, it acts as a working platform and a support for the installation. Secondly, it acts to transfer vertical and horizontal forces to the building frame. The deck helps to stabilize the building frame and may be designed as a diaphragm. Floor deck also serves as a concrete form. Now, steel deck is suitable for many applications, but in particular, it is used in commercial construction for the roofing and the floor. A floor deck could be a foam deck or a composite floor deck. Now, composite deck during construction supports the weight of the wet concrete, reinforcement, and temporary loads associated with the construction process. It also stabilizes the beam or the joist against torsional buckling during construction. And after construction or in service, it acts compositely with the concrete to support the loads on the floor. It also stabilizes the building by transferring wind or other loads to the walls and columns when so designed. Often it also helps prevent cracking due to shrinkage of the concrete in conjunction with fibers or the wire mesh. Now, a steel deck is available in various gauges or thicknesses. They are usually available coated, and the often used ones are galvanized, galvannealed, or light zinc coated, as some refer to it. And finally, coil coated or primer coated, that's ready for receiving paint on site. The Vulcraft products, joist deck, are manufactured to the project's specifications and design requirements, but also to the local regulations and standards of NBCC, CAN CSA S136 when it comes to deck, which is a roll form product, as well as CSS BI standards of 10M and 12M. So our website provides technical information and design engineering data for steel deck, in addition to product brochures and printed design manuals. And these are available, as you will see from the title here, from vulcraft.ca for Canadian requirements, and vulcraft.com should you have a project in the United States. And the website allows you to download PDF copies, so you have hard copies of the joist design manual, the deck manual, as well as EcoSpan design manuals. These are all to Canadian design requirements, standards, and guidelines. So what's of interest now is that in addition to the traditional printed design manuals with load tables and information on specific range of deck, our online tool allows you to customize and tailor make to any specific project requirements that you may have. So let's take a look at the design tools on the website. These are available on vulcraft.ca and by selecting design tools. Once at the deck design tools site, you have a choice of looking at the diaphragm design calculations, especially in the roof, and then on the steel deck uniform load calculations and printing out for your customized set of data. You also have web crippling loads and steel deck roving loads. On the composite floor deck system, you have the unshowed span calculator, the deck slab diaphragm strength calculator, as well as the composite deck slab strength calculations. So let's go into these specifics. Now, before we go live into the design tools, I'd like you to take a couple of minutes to watch this video.
In this video, we will go over the basics of Vulcraft Verco Design Tools user interface. For better performance of the design tools, use Chrome or Firefox and limit usage of design tools to a maximum of 6 at any given time. Each deck design tool has a summary tab, which has been designed to replicate a standard catalog page. You can navigate to other tabs within each design tool to find detailed calculations for a specific condition and other supporting calculations and information. You can find information bubbles throughout the design tools which have helpful information and references. Our design tools support all design methods. When changing a numerical input, Enter does not work on the design tools. Either use the Tab key on your computer or click Out in the white space for the design tool to register your new entry and calculate. In some design tools, certain inputs are dependent on other inputs. In this case, if an input is selected or changed, the design tool prompts the dependent inputs to default to Please Select. You can find the version number, the standard which the design tool follows, and the date which you have accessed the design tool all at the bottom of each tab. When a design tool has gone through an update, the summary of the changes can be found on the Technical Revisions tab. To print any of the tabs, click on the Print button on the top right corner within each tab. Then select OK on the download pop-up window. You will be directed to a new window to generate files depending on your local internet speed. The PDF will then download and can be saved or printed. For any questions regarding the design tools, contact us at designtools-survey@nucor.com.
Now, this particular example is while using the diaphragm design, but all our design tools for the deck is very similar. For diaphragm design, I must draw your attention to CSSBI fact sheet SSF9, which points out that in Canada, the standard governing the design of steel deck diaphragm is AISI S310. The AISI S310 standard has been adopted by reference in CSA S136. And our tool, this diaphragm design tool that you find on vulcraft.ca is based on the AISI S310. Now here you can enter your key design and selection parameters. That's in the summary page, and then you have, as you can see, detailed calculation tab, which provides you complete 12 pages of the diaphragm calculations. Each of these sheets, mind you, can be printed out by pressing print and saving the subsequent PDF document. And the summary, the PDF output that you would get is in a very similar layout to our printed manuals. So the advantage is, instead of having to stick to the predetermined deck in our tables, you can calculate that and have it for tailor-made for any particular specifications that you might have. Yes, the website, in addition to the deck design tools, also provides you some calculators for the joists as well as for the steel grading. And if you go further down, you will find BIM tools that you can download, whether to run it under AutoCAD's Revit or Tekla Structures. Now, when it comes to documentation available for deck, CSSBI has several publications, both as standards for deck, as fact sheets and guidelines. These are available for downloading on the CSSBI website. But in particular, I want to highlight these ones. The roof deck standard, which is the CSSBI 10M, and the composite floor deck standard, which is the 12M. I think the current revisions for both of these are 2018. Now, also available is the CAN CSA S136, which is a North American specification for the design of cold form steel structural members, or cold form carbon steel. Now, the fact sheets that are of importance, which I'd like to highlight, are these. So there is the S15, which is a how-to series on steel roof and composite floor deck. Makes good reading. Then there is B13, which is essential for steel deck diaphragm calculations or tables. And SSF 28, which allocates design responsibility for determining steel deck diaphragms. So there you have it. Designing with steel deck. You saw the resources and tools available not only with Vulcraft on online and in printed formats, but also with the Canadian Sheet Steel Building Institute, the CSSBI. So make use of it. All right, folks, that's all for today. It was good to have you join us for this presentation. Now, please visit our websites that you see listed here for additional information, or reach out to us. Here are a list of contacts who would be happy to help, or at least direct you to the right department to answer your queries. Now, do be informed that at the end of this video, vulcraft teammates are standing by live to answer any questions that you might have. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.